ドジャースの大谷翔平のベンチでの献身的な行動が米国内で称賛されています。試合中、ベンチ裏に設置されたクーラーボックスから紙コップに水を8杯汲み、それらをきれいに並べて上に置く姿を捉えた映像が SNS 上で拡散されました。おそらく自軍が守備中のタイミングで、間もなくベンチに戻ってくるチームメイトのために水を用意していたとみられます。米メディア TPS はこの行動について、
彼がダグアウトで見せた振る舞いは、どんな成績よりも彼の人間性を物語っている。球界の記録を塗り替えてきた大谷の影響力が、フィールドの枠をはるかに超えていることを改めて証明した。スター選手が揃う中でも、彼は常に模範を示し続けている。自発的なこの行動はささやかで目立たないが、本物だからこそ輝いている。
と報じました。また、米スポーツ専門局 ESPN の元記者で、現在は人気ポッドキャスト番組ザ・リッチ・ライゼンショーのホストを務めるリッチ・ライゼン氏は、同番組で、もし大谷翔平が今引退したら殿堂入りにふさわしいのかというテーマで議論を展開しました。番組内ではまず、
大谷の打球音は他の選手とは全く違う
と語られ、その存在感の大きさを強調。続いて、
野球の歴史を語る上で彼を外すことはできない
として、そのインパクトはかつてのスーパースターボー・ジャクソンに匹敵すると評価されました。また、大谷が試合前に相手監督や投手、捕手に帽子を取って挨拶する所作についても完璧と紹介され、プレーだけでなく人柄の面でも高い称賛を受けていました。この議論の様子は日本語字幕付きでご紹介いたします。
Watching Shohei Ohtani the other night, I knew he hit a home run because I heard it from the other room.
Sound is great.
The sound is great off his bat. It's different. The sound that happens in Dodger Stadium is it is. I'm sorry, with all due respect to his teammates. Somebody else hits a home run. It's not the same noise as when Ohtani does it. It's different. It's just different. He goes oppo. He goes second deck. Although obviously there's no second deck for him to go. No triple deck. You got to do that in Yankee Stadium, which happens. All right. He does everything. He's so great at everything and effortless at everything and high class. Sue sent me an Instagram reel of cut-ups of him tipping his cap to the opposing manager. Have you seen that? He does that to the opposing manager, to the opposing pitcher, to the catcher when he steps in for the first time. He's just like perfect in everything and so great at everything. I turned to Coop and I said, is he a Hall of Famer right now?
Oof.
If he doesn't play another game, God bless my 14-year-old. He knew exactly how many career home runs Ohtani had. Like, I looked it up, and he was right.
Wow.
He's got 230 career home runs.
Oof.
Not that much.
Which is, I believe, one more than Nomar in his career. It's 45 behind Mookie Betts. He's deep down the list. But you have to, I kind of have to say, like, he's an MVP. He's pitched. He's thrown. He's done it all. He steals. He's 50-50. First ever 50-50. He's done.
Guys, in no way is he a Hall of Famer.
If he doesn't play another game,
is he a Hall of Famer? Come on.
He's in the discussion.
See, I'm going to say this.
He's not in any discussion.
Yes,
Chris, the other day you sat
has
here
a
and
comment
argued.
that flew by, and you're like, "That was awesome."
The other day you sat here and you were very stern and look at me like Shohei Ohtani's better than Barry Bonds at baseball. So if you're going to say that, then how can you flip it and say he's not a Hall of Famer?
Because he hasn't done it long enough.
He's played he's played 8.
Then how can he be better than Barry Bonds?
But because he.
Well, when you watch the game of baseball, you see that he has more skills than Barry Bonds.
Which is why, in my mind, if I had a vote and he didn't have to play again, I'd have to say that you can't tell the story of the sport without Shohei Ohtani.
That's
three-time
exactly,
MVP.
Which is the ultimate. Which is the ultimate.
You can't tell the story of the sport without Bo Jackson.
You absolutely could tell the story of baseball without Bo Jackson. He only played, he played enough, but 1,000%.
Multiple-time MVP in both leagues,
and
right?
I love Bo Jackson.
One more World Series, it's all over. There is
that's the point, and the reason why I'm bringing it up is twofold. One is I want to make this. I want to make this a regular segment post-draft on the show, where we're going to come up with names of players in every major sport, North American major sport, and put it in some sort of a hopper and randomly select and finish a sentence if this player never played another game, and have the conversation about players that are active right now. So I kind of wanted to pilot it, and I think it works. But on top of it, at what point, like, because you say no, right? You say no.
Can he at least play 10 seasons first?
Hold on a second.
I say no. I say no.
You say no. We say yes.
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 Okay.
Daniel Bryan
we say
style.
Yes.
Yes.
And you're like longevity, this, that, the other thing. Mahomes hasn't played 10 years, but he's
100% in.
He's a Hall of Famer if he doesn't play another game, heaven forbid.
100%.
He's in.
Football and baseball are different, man.
Well, then you could make that case. I get it. Fine. But, like, will you alert me? You'll come into work one day, knock on whatever this is, that we're doing this for as long as we want. And you will have to come into work one day and say, it's now time. He's in. Like, what does he have to do? It's a mixture of longevity and consistency that he hasn't done yet. And you'll have to tell me when that is.
Dave Roberts, what about Shohei? So he threw his third bullpen session over the weekend. How did he look throwing it, and how long before we see him back on the bump?
So he looked great. It's just easy velocity. And this guy, he's a unicorn. I mean, he is physical. He's big. He's throwing his fastball, four-seam, two-seamer, his split, and he's kind of easy 92, 93. 92 easy. I know he's got a bullpen, another light bullpen today. He's got a full one Saturday. And hopefully soon, Romy, he's going to start facing some hitters. And time of return, we're still a couple months away. And so I don't know. I know that's still vague, but we're just trying to get to the next step, and see where we're at. But certainly expect him to pitch for us this year and through the postseason.
But what do you make of Mookie being asked recently who's the better athlete, and him not blinking? Him saying, oh, no, I'm a better athlete than Shohei. Shohei is a big dude, can do certain things that I can't do, but I am the better pure athlete. What was your reaction to that?
You know what? I think he is. And I got posed that question too, Romy. And it's one of those things, how you look at it, right? If you're talking about where I would assume you and I look at things where you're playing ping pong, shooting hoops, you're swinging a golf club, playing tennis or pickleball, I got Mookie all day. But if you're going like formerly known Bruce Jenner, decathlon, as the athlete, I got Shohei Ohtani. So it's kind of how you look at things. But for me, the way I constitute an athlete is you get out there, you do a bunch of dynamic things, and you can still perform. Where I think Shohei is a little bit more linear a lot more linear than Mookie is.
No, I think you're right. I see it exactly the same way. It's how you define athletic. What are we talking about? What's the conversation exactly? If you look at it that way, I agree with you 100%. We're talking to Dave. When we started the conversation, I asked you, what was your message to the players? And you said, actually, I had individual messages because some of these guys were chasing legacy. Now, you would never, ever do this, but I'm going to do this instead. I'm looking at some numbers right now. Let me pull this up. You have a career winning percentage of .627. Best in MLB history, full stop. You already have 5 100-win seasons, tied for second most all-time with Earl Weaver and Connie Mack. MLB record is 6, held by Bobby Cox and Joe McCarthy. 56 career postseason wins as a manager. Only ones ahead of you, Torrey La Russa, Bobby Cox, Dusty Baker, Bruce Bochy. 4 pennants as a manager. Last thought on that, Dave. Every single manager who's won 4 pennants in MLB history is in the Hall of Fame except for Boch, but he's still active. He'll end up there. Are you thinking about your legacy? If you're talking to your guys about their legacy, do you ever think about your own and being in the Hall of Fame as a manager too?
Yeah, so it's Boch's birthday today, so happy birthday, Bruce Bochy. You know what, Romy? I try not to when I talk to players and other managers and people in the game and sort of bring that up, I just, you're one of the greats. And I know you would never want to admit that and what you've done over your 30-year career or whatever it is. And so when people start talking about you, it gets a little awkward and uncomfortable because I think I pride myself on, focusing on the players and not making it about myself. But I think when you ask me the question, it would be tremendously, something I would never imagine, when the names that you mentioned, and Trevor Hoffman's one of my best friends and he's in the Hall of Fame. And so to potentially be there with him, and you said Boch, and Tito is my former manager, he's going to be there. And so Dusty should be there at some point. So when you talk like that, it's certainly overwhelming. But at the end of the day, I'm fortunate to be a part of a great organization with the Dodgers, great players, great staff, great fans, so all that. And I'm just happy that I can sort of kind of keep this thing moving forward in the right way.
Hell